you guys have been through a lot over the past several years. Obviously, a lot of close calls late in the playoffs. As the final couple minutes ticked off the game and you're on the bench going through the handshake line there with everybody, what was going through your mind?
It's a real feeling. Still hasn't really kicked in yet. Just trying, I guess, enjoy the moment. I kept saying, wow. These last 7 years have been a roller coaster, up and down. I had to listen to all the shit that people said about me. And tonight, it was worth it. Oh, my God.
John on the right side, second row.
John Corrales, Boston Sports Journal. I mean, Jayson, you've pictured this, I'm sure, as a kid growing up, probably pretending to win championships on a hoop somewhere. Is there anything from that compares to this moment?
I mean, maybe getting drafted, that's something that you dream about, but this is at the top of the mountain. To be able to say we did it, that we came together and we won a championship, banner number 18 that's been hanging over our head for so many years, to know that we're going to be engraved in history, and it still hasn't registered. I'm just still trying to process it all. But we did it. We won a championship.
Over here on the left side.
Jayson, I'm curious to know what you said to Deuce after this, but I guess I'm more curious, what did Deuce say to you?
He told me that I was the best in the world. And I said, you damn right I am.
Gary, third seat. There you go.
Jayson, I mean, how long do you think it'll take to hit you? This is a career-defining accomplishment.
Mm-hmm. Say that again, please.
A career-defining accomplishment.
Please say that again.
And you have, and it's been a long 7 years. You're not 19 anymore. I mean, what's going through your mind right now? All those tough times and growing up in St. Louis and coming here and just finally getting to the top.
That it was all the sacrifice was worth it. I'm so thankful to have been in the positions that I was growing up. Thankful for my mom, thankful for my dad introducing me to basketball, my grandmother who helped raise me, all my friends and family that have supported me, every coach, every teammate that I've had. There's a lot of people that have had a hand in the success of Jayson Tatum. So I guess in this moment, I'm just very thankful for everybody that supported me in the highest of moments and in the lowest of moments. I'm very, very appreciative of that.
Matt, over here on the left, second row.
Jayson, given that this is a night you'll remember forever, what does it mean to you to have had the game that you had tonight, to not only win, but to have been aggressive and to have played the way that you played in a championship-winning game?
I mean, this is going to be a night that I will remember for the rest of my life, from the game, the celebration, these moments. Over the last couple of years, we had some tough losses at home in the playoffs, and we've lost the NBA championship at home in front of our fans. We had a chance to beat Miami in Game 6 a few years ago and lost that one. So to have a big win, the biggest win that you could have in front of your home crowd, I felt like that was really important to go out there and do everything in my power to make sure we won this game tonight.
Ramona, left side, fifth row.
Hey, Jayson, Ramona Shelburne, ESPN. I know you've talked a lot about Kobe Bryant as one of your idols and somebody you had in your game after and your motivation after. Now, and once you finally win a championship, now that you can say, I know what it took, right? What did it actually take? Was there something from Kobe that you learned? Was it just something you learned on your own throughout this journey? What did it actually take to get over that hump?
It took being relentless. It took, being on the other side of this and losing in the finals and being at literally the lowest point in a basketball career that you could be, to next year, to the following year, thinking that was going to be the time and come up short again. So, I mean, people have said it before, but coming up short and having failures makes this moment that much better. Because you know what it feels like to lose. You know what it feels like to be on the other side of this and be in a locker room and hearing the other team celebrate and having them celebrate on your home floor. Like, that was devastating. And now, to elevate yourself in a space that, all your favorite players are in, right? Everybody that they consider greats or legends have won a championship, and all the guys I looked up to won a championship, multiple championships. So now I can like walk in those rooms and be a part of that. It's a hell of a feeling. This is more. I dreamed about what it would be like, but this is 10 times better.
Cassidy, last question in the back.
Cassidy Hubbard, ESPN. Jayson, when Jaylen won the Finals MVP, the first thing he did was look at you and said, "We did this together." What did that mean to you?
First of all, congrats to him. Well deserved. Extremely happy for him. This is a hell of an accomplishment. The main goal for us was to win a championship. We didn't care who got Finals MVP. I know that I need him through this journey, and he needs me. So it was great to see him have that moment and share that moment with him. I'm extremely happy for him. Well deserved. That was big time. He earned that.
Thank you.
Hey, Kristaps, what did it take for you to get out there tonight? What was your desire to do so, and what does this championship mean to you?
Yeah. And like from day one when I came in, I just my mindset was I'm gonna give everything to this team and to this city to try to win a championship here, because I knew these guys have already been so close, and once I got hurt, it was a heartbreaking moment for me. I didn't even want to accept the truth. It was kind of no way it happened, right? But tonight was the night I was like, listen, I'm gonna give everything I have, and I'm just super happy to be a part of this and to give something to the team. And man, I'm super thankful for the support I've gotten from the fans, and tonight the arena was electric, and it's been unbelievable to play in front of these fans.
Tim, standing on the left.
Kristaps, what was sort of the process today in particular of getting yourself on the court, and sort of when did you realize or decide that you were going to make sure you were out there today?
You know what? Since last game, I've been thinking about how can I get my body ready for next game, no matter how it is. And today I was like, I'm gonna try to everything possible to get out there. So from this morning, I was preparing myself that I will go out there. The medical staff was unbelievable support for me and got me back out there somehow. And man, I'm super thankful for them. And I gave everything I could. And man, it feels great to be a champion.
Standing on your right.
Kristaps over here. Wall. Yes. The reputation of this team is that it scores, shoots, spreads the floor. You could make the argument, though, that you won this series with defense and toughness. Can you talk about toughness? And, obviously you watched a lot of games here the last couple of months on the bench. Can you talk about how toughness really mattered?
Yeah, we have a super composed team. We don't have any loud guys. We're super confident, but also down to earth. people in this organization and in this roster. And man, we were gonna. Everybody had the mindset of like, we were gonna do whatever it takes, each of us individually, to get the job done. Like, we want to win a championship for this city.
Back right,
And,
Adam.
and everything, we did everything possible for that, and now we get the fruits from our labor.
Back right, Adam.
Throughout this whole year with us, it seems like with you guys too, Joe is always focused on don't look past the next day, don't look past the next day. I'm just curious now that kind of there is no next day, how he reacted, and just your thoughts on his general, the job he did with this team, getting them to this point.
There is no what?
No next day, like.
Next day?
Yeah, like it's over. You guys won championship.
Right. Yeah, finally, man. Like, it was a long road to get here, to be honest, and to be the last team standing, it feels amazing. Like, all that work paid off. When, as I said, like, when I was still on the stage and stuff, like, it still felt surreal. Like, I couldn't, and us as a team, I think we couldn't really, like, settle into that. But once we got back to the locker room and started celebrating, I think that's when everybody realized, like, yo, we actually did it. We did it, and Joe's an animal.
In the front and center.
Kristaps, all year you guys have talked about the importance of Al and how much he means to you guys. What was it like to see him finally raise that trophy?
Yeah, no, great question. Al's an unbelievable teammate, unbelievable person. Everybody loves him. He's a great leader, and knowing how he has been chasing this for so long in his career and finally get it done and playing at a high level at his age, man, he's I don't even know what words I can use to describe him. Everybody loves him, and he gave everything to this team, and he deserves it more than anybody.
John, third row on the right.
Kristaps, now that it's over, can you be honest about how bad the injury was?
No. No, obviously, like what was put out, it was the truth. It was like something torn, and then my tendon is just out of place, and it like pretty much hurts on every step. Like, I would take a walk in Dallas, and my leg would swell up. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna play, if I'm gonna play, but my mindset was always like, I'm gonna try to find a way how I can manage this, and yeah, somehow I got it going for this game, and a lot of it was for sure like the adrenaline from just playing at the Garden and playing in front of our fans, and having that opportunity to close it out, and man, I got it going.
Last one, front left here.
Kristaps, I'm sure you've played this moment over in your head 100 times, 1,000 times in your life. How is this moment different from what you were anticipating?
Good question. I don't know how to answer it yet, to be honest. I think I'm going to need a little bit of time, and then I can kind of reflect. Because right now I'm just so in the moment and enjoying this. Man, this team, it's just a special team. And, everybody gave whatever they could for us to get here. And right now we're just so in the moment. And I think once I'm back home and everything settles, I'll be able to compare it better.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Question here on the second row on the left.
Jaylen, knowing what Bill Russell meant to you, and to have this moment in your life and your career tied to him in that way, what does that mean?
To be honest, I can't even put it into words. Just Bill Russell and what he's meant for me through my Boston journey, and his spirit, everything that he stood for. Just for this to be the Bill Russell MVP award, and it just, I got nothing, man. I don't even know what to say. It's unreal.
Standing on your right.
Jaylen. Bill Burt, Eagle Tribune over here. A year ago against Miami, you sort of lost a series that was played this way. This was a gritty, tough series, less three-point shots and all the offensive glory. Can you talk about the difference and why you guys were built and ready for this run as opposed to a year ago?
I think we learned. I think we learned from all our mistakes, all of our adversity. I think it's made us stronger, made us tougher. And all season, you could see it. You know, we started from the jump. We made all the sacrifices. We played both ends of the ball at a high level. We didn't skip any steps. And this was the result. But all of those experiences led to here. Like all of those moments where we came up short. We felt like we let the city down. We felt like we let ourselves down. All of that compiled is how we get to this moment. So, you know, and it makes it feel even that much better that we had to go through all the journey, the heartbreak, the embarrassment, the loss to get to this, to get to the mountaintop. So it's great. And shout out to all the supporters and the city of Boston.
Bill on the right, second row.
Jaylen, congratulations. After you were named MVP in Indiana, you said you were surprised. How did you feel this time? Were you even, I don't know if there's a word beyond surprise, but how did you feel?
I can't even put into words the emotions. You know, it's just I'm blessed and I'm grateful. This was a full team effort. We had a great team. My teammates were great. They allowed me to lead us on both ends of the ball, and we came out and just performed on our home floor. It was just amazing, and you know, it could have gone to anybody. It could have gone to Jayson. Jayson, like, I can't talk enough about his selflessness. You know, I can't talk enough about his attitude and his just how he approached not just this series or the finals, but just the playoffs in general. And we did it together as a team, and that was the most important thing.
Chris here on the left side, third row.
Jaylen, you're very intentional both now and earlier in making sure that you acknowledged JT. Why is that important to you? And also, you reflected a lot during the playoffs about your journey and, you know, what you heard from people. And what does this mean to you in that context as well?
Just our growth together. We've been through a lot. You know, we've been playing together for 7 years now. We've been through a lot. You know, the losses, the expectations, the media, you know, have said all different types of things. You know, we can't play together. We were never going to win. We heard it all. You know, but we just blocked it out. And we just kept going. I trusted him. He trusted me. And we did it together. So, you know, to get to this point, you know, and share that experience with JT is just awesome. I can't, you know what I mean? It's just amazing, and it feels great.
Same row, next seat over. Go ahead.
Jaylen, how does it feel to silence doubters after last year against the Miami Heat, the way you guys lost? There was a lot of doubt about the team, maybe even about your game. You didn't make an All-NBA team this year, and now you win the Eastern Conference Final MVP. You're an NBA champion. You're an MVP of the finals. Do you feel at all vindicated?
I mean, if you would have asked me that maybe a year ago, I probably would say yeah. But just at the point that I got to right now, like, yeah, it feels great. But, you know, any of the personal awards, you know, it is what it is, you know. Yeah, the doubters, they may be quieted now, but they'll be back. You know, they'll probably be back next year with something else to say. So I'll embrace that moment the same and get after it yet again.
On your right, Gary, third row.
Jaylen, Gary Ross from Boston Globe. From the night you were drafted, and a lot of Celtic fans had not heard of you coming out of Cal. Like, they just hadn't. I mean, there was kind of this unknown.
Go Bears.
Yeah, go Bears. And from that journey to being doubted and all of what they said coming out of college, and then the transformation of your game, then signing the contract this summer, and all of what you heard, can you kind of encapsulate winning Eastern Conference and Finals MVP and being on top of the world?
I can't. I absolutely can't, man. Just the story and the journey is awesome. You know, just being drafted here in Boston. Like, a lot of the people probably didn't watch me play out in the Pac-12 at Cal. So, you know, it led to a lot of people, you know, feeling a way about that. And, you know, I just came in and kept my head down and told myself I'm going to just keep working. And, you know, to be here in this moment now, through all the years, you know, through all the doubt, through all of the ups and downs, through all of the adversity, through all of the everything, you know, it just makes the story that much sweeter. But I can't even put it into words. Like, it just feels great.
Front on your right, Dave.
Jaylen over here. You know how long it's felt for you to go through 8 years for this moment. Double it and add one, and that's what Al Horford had to go through to get to this moment. How do you feel for him as a teammate, and just how can you sum up what his role was on your guys' journey?
Yeah, nobody deserved it more than Al, man. Al has just been a great, not just leader on the court, but off the court as well. Like, just a mentor, somebody I know I can talk to about life, and it's going to give me great advice about family, about, you know, finances, about just life, adversity, whatever the case is. Just Al has just been that guy for me and for us. And, like, just his performance all season long. Like, Al is 37, 38 years old, and we leaned on him so much, probably too much for, you know, his age and where he's at. And he just delivered, you know, so consistent, so disciplined with his body, never complains. You know what I mean? The only thing he does is add to winning. So for him, like, great teammate. It's been an honor to be by his side. And, you know, Al Horford is a real life legend and hero. So it's been great to be his teammate.
Second row over here on your left.
Hey, Jaylen, Karen Garegian from Mass Live. Hi. I was wondering if you felt that the collection, the group that you have, is built for sustained success going forward, or is that just too hard to predict?
I think we have an opportunity. I think we definitely have a window. We take it one day at a time. You know, we definitely got to make sure we stay healthy. But you know, we enjoy the summer, enjoy the moment, and then we get right back to it next year.
Second row on your right.
Jaylen, all season you've been pretty adamant on job's not done. We're going to keep going. Next game, last game didn't matter. The job's done. There's nothing left to do. I guess other guys have said it hasn't really sunk in yet, but like, how does that feel knowing there is nothing else to prepare for and you did it?
I mean, it still kind of feels unreal. It feels like it's another game or something like tomorrow. But, you know, I can't tell you enough about our group and our coaching staff. They were great all season long. They prepared us for these moments. We had an excellent game plan in the finals. And then all of the guys contributed. For example, like Peyton Pritchard. Like, unreal, right? Unreal, like, just comes in the game, ain't been in the game, and just drains one from half court. And that dude's he's a fucking legend, man. Shout out to Peyton Pritchard.
Last question here in the front left.
Jaylen, yesterday you had your grandma on your shirt. You had a big hug with mom on stage. We're brothers here. You're building juice with your cousins and your family. And your friends. What does it mean to do all this with family by your side?
It means a lot. You know, I wish my grandmother was here with me to see this moment. But I woke up from a pregame nap, and I had a dream, and my grandma was in the dream, and she gave me a hug this afternoon. And I just knew everything was going to be all right. But I wish she could be here. But she was so important and pivotal in my life. And it's just awesome. I know she would be proud of me. So, Grandma, I know she was watching. And I love you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Jaylen, spell her name for
Diane Varnado. Spell it D-I-A-N-N-E. Varnado, V-A-R-N-A-D-O.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Safe travels. Go John, first question on the right side, third row or second row.
Joe, John Corrales, Boston Sports Journal. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I guess, first of all, you've been so intense throughout this whole thing What does it feel like to accomplish the goal?
It feels good. I think the most important thing, something that's really been going through my mind throughout this process, is you can't lose sight of the people that came before us. And I want to make sure every person that's worked for the Celtics, that's played for the Celtics, that didn't win, knows that their work and what they've done hasn't gone unnoticed, or it doesn't play a part in where we're at today. It can be so easy when you work for this organization and you don't win, that the work that people put in just gets brushed over or gets ignored. And when I first got here, the staff, Brad's coaching, the staff that they had, the foundation that they built with these guys when they were young, the foundation of what we have is one of the reasons why we're here today. And so I think that's one of the first things that came to mind, was just because we won this doesn't mean what the people have done before us isn't just as important.
Fifth row on the left.
It's been Fox Sports. The Payton shot, what did that mean for you guys as a team? And did you put him in specifically for that?
Yes. Payton's one of the best competitors. He's one of my favorite people in the world. Just the way he competes, the professionalism, and just for his ability to take pride in stuff like that. He's really grown as a player this year to becoming a well-rounded player on both ends of the floor, and he won us games. And I think he won us moments. And as the playoffs go on, obviously sub-patterns change and things change, but those guys have to win moments of games for you, and Payton did that twice for us, and that is just as important as any other plays that happened throughout the series and in the playoffs alone. And I got a huge heart for him.
Standing on your left, Tim.
Joe, so much of what you believe in is sort of sticking with what you guys do and consistently doing it over and over again. What has it meant to you to see your group do that throughout the course of the season and come back from the way last year ended and cap it off the way you guys have tonight?
Yeah, it really starts with them. You can't have a philosophy or a way of playing if you don't have a group of guys that are willing to buy into it and willing to be disciplined for it. And quite honestly, this group of guys has been through so much in the league, they know what it takes. And so it's more about that. When you have a group of guys that have an understanding of what it takes, using the experiences that you've been through, and that to me is more than anything. So it was a joy watching the guys just grow as a team throughout the year, but also really work at it. There's a group of guys in that locker room that decided they wanted to win on day one, and they worked at it every single day. And so credit to them.
And what did it mean to you guys to have Kristaps fight to get on the court the way he did and give you guys the minutes he was able to?
That was awesome. It's a huge credit to him. Like I said, I know he's been in and out in the playoffs, but he's worked his ass off trying to get into play as much as he could. And it just says about the team. Everyone's going to do whatever it takes to win. And even though he wasn't 100%, he said he wanted to play, and he knew he could give us something. And I thought the minutes that he gave us were valuable. So it just speaks to who he is, and it speaks to the locker room.
We're going to go Jay, fourth row on the right. John, then Jay in the back, and then Kristaps is going to come up.
Coach, as you guys were putting up historical numbers in the regular season as far as point differential, efficiency, top two on both ends of the floor, I wonder how important was that to you as an analytical person in regards to sort of checking boxes and building towards where you are now?
Those were actual numbers. We live in an expected world, so we didn't pay much attention to the actual numbers. But to me, it was just paying attention more to the process of what we were doing. And there were obviously some things that we had to improve upon from last year analytically to make up for some of the stuff that we lost. And the guys bought into that. So to me, it was just more of the process, to making sure we're playing the right way, making sure we're attacking the game analytically in the right way, but also having the open-mindedness and the discipline to kind of do some of the other stuff. So I thought it was a good balance.
Jay, standing in the back left.
You got the job under pretty crazy circumstances last season. You faced criticism. You had calls for your job even at times last year. So how have these two seasons challenged you? How have they changed you, and how have they rewarded you?
I feel like it's going to be like that for the rest of my career, as it should be. I think just having an understanding that praise and criticism are both just as dangerous if you don't handle them well. And I think we talked about that as a team this year. Winning is just as dangerous as losing if you don't handle it well. And I think our guys handled winning the right way by, whether we won or lost, we just moved on to the next game. So, and it's Boston. We wouldn't want it any other way. And I think the ownership and the responsibility to give back to the franchise, give back to the city, give back to it, that's just part of it. And so I think, but you need it. Like, you need that. You need criticism. You need praise. You need expectations. All those things go into making who you are as a person, making who you are as people, as an organization. So just have an understanding that they're never going to go away. If someone tells you good job, that's just as dangerous as someone telling you suck. But you need both of them in order to get to where you want to get to. And there's no place I'd rather be.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Porziņģis will be right up.
Be a part of this roster. They just drive me in so many different ways from top to bottom. I'm just so thankful and grateful for each and every one of them. And I mean, they made me a better player, made me a better person, and the city of Boston, everything's just been amazing for me.
Shane up front.
Hey, Derek. Shane Young with Forbes. What's it mean for you guys to see the joy and excitement out of Al and to be able to win it for him?
Man, nobody deserves it more. Hell of a career, so underrated career. Just does everything for us and doesn't ask for anything. So I'm so happy for him, and I'm glad I could be a part of it. Just an amazing career, and this is just another chapter of it.
Derek, you talked a minute ago about the personal stuff you've gone through the last couple of years of your own individual play, getting to this point. Obviously, 2 years ago, you guys were in the finals. Last year in the series with the Heat in the conference finals. Now you finally get over the top. What has that process as a group been like, and to feel that come to full circle today with winning the title like you guys have?
I mean, everything that I've learned these past 2 years just kind of prepared us for this. I mean, they were trying to say we weren't battle tested. I'm like, what do you think the last 2 years was? Did they not mean nothing? But just continue to work hard, just continue to learn a lot about each other and just stick together. I mean, it's easy to point fingers and try to split up, but we stuck together, JT, JB. I mean, obviously we had a Drew and KP, but most of the core just stuck together and believed in one another.
Fourth row on the aisle on your left.
Derek, you've talked extensively about how Joe Mazzulla has helped you become the player that you are today. What was it like to share this moment tonight with him, and what can you say about the job that he did in helping lead you guys to this opportunity?
Man, I love Joe Mazzulla so much. I mean, coming off the year that I had, and then he gets the job, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to start you, which I wasn't expecting. And he's like, I just believe in you, and I trust in you. This is just going to give you the confidence. And, I mean, from that moment on, I think it's changed my whole career.
Last question.
I'd do anything for him. Not bad.
Last question, the fifth row.
Hey, Derek. Leandro Sarhan from ESPN Brazil right here. We know Kristaps was not 100%, not even close to that. How much did that mean to you guys, for you guys to pull this off tonight?
He's just a great teammate, a great competitor. I was happy for him that he was able to go out there. I mean, the crowd cheering him on like that just got him going. And I mean, he's still 7'4" and can do so many different things, so he's special.
Thank
Got
you,
the
Derek.
OG here. Let's go.
Take first question from Tim standing on your left.
Al, obviously you've played a whole lot of games and a whole lot of years to get to this moment. You're obviously enjoying it. Just what have the emotions of the past, I guess, half an hour or so been like as you've kind of had this reality finally sink in for you?
Man, I'm so grateful. I know I've said it before, but it's the glory to the Lord for me, for putting me in this position. It's been a lot of years. I don't think it's sunk in yet. I'm going through the motions right now, but I don't feel like it's over. This is an unbelievable feeling. Yeah, the confetti, everything's going on, but it just hasn't hit me yet.
Dave, on your right.
Al, I think you alluded to it up on the podium, but you had a meeting with Wick 8 years ago, and then kind of your eyes got distracted by the ring he was wearing. How does it feel for you to know you're going to be getting one size for your hand as well?
Wow. It was crazy because during free agency meetings in 2016, my agent and I, Jason Glushan, we were both sitting in the meeting, and we just kept looking at this enormous ring in Wick's hand, and we were just and we both after the meeting were like, did you notice that? Like it was just that was the attention, and it's like, man, I never forget what Danny Ainge told me in that meeting. He said, you can win championships in many places, but there's nothing like winning in Boston and nothing like winning as a Celtic. And that stuck with me from that meeting. And I was like, man, like I'm trying to be great, and that's what I want. And the fact that it has happened, JT, JB stepping up in a big way and leading us, it's special.
Jay, standing in the back.
How did Joe impact this group and help take you to the next level? And then what did he show you kind of getting through the difficulty of how last season ended and then coming back probably a better coach?
Yeah, no question. You know, we all know Joe was thrown into the fire last year, and I felt like he did the best he could. But I just think this year everything was different when we came in for workouts before training camp. He really, I felt like, put a sprint on everything, how he wanted it to be, how he wanted us to work, how he wanted us to carry ourselves, how determined he wanted us to be. And it started from there. That energy that he had translated to the assistant coaches, to us, to the training staff, everybody, and we just kind of follow suit. And I feel like this type of team is Joe Mazzulla ball. You know, it's defending, being gritty, on offense, being able to everybody be a threat on the court at the same time. And everything that he wanted to do, he was able to accomplish. He always knew when to push the buttons. He's hard. He can be a little wacky sometimes, but that's what we appreciate about him. He truly cares about us, and he cares about what it means to be a Celtic.
David Aldridge, standing on the left.
Al, as a veteran who has been through a lot of wars over a lot of years, I just wonder what it's like for you to be in this city with all of the history of this franchise and the pressure that's on guys to hang one of those banners, and how you think you guys pushed through that this year.
Yeah, the first thing you have to do when you come here is you have to embrace that pressure. And I was okay with being in that position. I was okay if we were getting criticized and we weren't getting it done, because I understood what it means playing here. And to your point, finally overcoming that and winning and putting ourselves, with the greats, this is special. Our group, we've had a lot of hardships the last few years. Last year, heartbreaker against Miami, Game 7. Year before, Golden State. It's been building up, but this team has been resilient, and we've continued to work. I'm so proud of Jaylen. I'm so proud of Jayson. Those two guys continue to take a step forward. People, all year criticizing them, all that expectation, all that pressure. They did it. They've done it at a young age. They led our group. I'm just very proud of those guys, and to put everything aside and focus on winning.
Fifth row on the left.
Al, felicidades primeramente. Me siento orgulloso de ser dominicano.
Gracias.
¿Qué se siente ser el primer dominicano en ganar la final de la NBA y a quién le dedicas este campeonato?
Es algo muy especial para mí. La gloria yo se la doy a Dios, porque Dios me ha puesto en esta posición y yo estoy muy claro de eso. Y esto es para mi familia, ese apoyo que ha estado conmigo siempre, y también para el pueblo dominicano, porque yo entiendo que yo tengo mucha gente allá que me quiere, que me sigue, que ha estado siempre conmigo, y me siento muy orgulloso de representar a todos los dominicanos. No solo allá, pero en el mundo, porque yo sé que hay mucha gente de diferentes lugares, en Europa, aquí en Estados Unidos, que me están siguiendo, y especialmente los dominicanos aquí en Boston, que han estado muy pendientes. Lawrence, Jamaica Plain, Lynn, todos esos sitios, se le quiere.
Last question in the middle.
Al, what went through your mind when Peyton hit that heave at half court?
Man, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. He did that, and you just kind of take a glance at the other team, and it's one of those that it just kind of breaks your spirit, and then it just kind of fueled us. But Peyton, man, like that just sums it up. It was, so ups and downs for him not knowing what to expect when to play, when not to play. And he is the kind of guy that he is a big-time player. And it's hard because we have a lot of guys. But, man, him stepping up cold, ready, not afraid of the moment, taking the shot. And, man, as soon as he shot it, like, I don't know how you guys felt, but I was like, man, this dude, he's about to knock it down. Like, this is crazy. So, man, the fact that he knocked it down, like, that was huge. That was special.
Thank you, Al.
All right. Oh.